Hallo, hallo, schönen guten Abend, guten Tag. Ich heiße Lukomona hier in Deutschland bei CHU, Hamburg University, and I'm proud to host the students from Zambia that are doing their first year university program, and this is the Department of Humanities and Business stream. And the students are taking general English, sociology, information technology, business studies, and economics. I'm going to stand in today for general English. And yesterday we had a nice discussion where we discussed aid, okay? That is help, okay? It was quite a great discussion, and the theme, I'm gonna, one second, let me display the actual theme. Here we go, just opening the syllabus. Anything we do, we got to confine ourselves to our syllabus. Okay, oh, it's freezing. 1 second. I don't know why freezing a little bit. Oh no, I hope it doesn't switch off. Okay, we are lucky. We are very no. Okay, so the topic or theme is the provision and politics of aid. The provision and politics of aid. Very beautiful topic. The provision and politics of aid. I'm gonna do it in bold. This is one of the most interesting components. Yesterday we said, we looked at the general standard of writing an essay. Remember, your exam is based on essay writing, no ABCD comprehension and kind of stuff. It's just gonna be essay, okay? Write an essay on the provision and politics of aid. So there yesterday we discussed something to say when writing a beautiful essay, you've got to defend your essay, okay? In this case, your thesis. There's going to be the what, okay? Questions. You have to answer the what, how, and why you have presented such points. You've got to do it to the reader. And in this case, the reader is going to be your examiner. Remember, when writing an essay, you don't write an essay on assumption that the reader knows what I'm talking about. No. Okay. Even if you know that the reader knows what you're talking about, you have to defend each and every point to entice the reader, in this case, to entice the examiner that you know what I'm talking about. Okay, sorry. I've got to, please. Okay, perfect. Who can tell me, open your microphone, what did we discuss from that document? What was so interesting? Can somebody remind me what was, or remind us what was so interesting about the document we read yesterday? Anything you remember? Open your microphone. Anything you remember about the document? From Oxford University? Quickly. Okay, Steve, what do you remember from yesterday? English is discussed. You've got to discuss it.
So we learned about aid and politics.
Yes.
Am I audible, sir?
Excellent. Am I audible to you too?
Yes, yes.
Yes.
And then also we went about we went something concerning the relationship which is between head and politics.
Yes, very good.
Not only that, we also talked about govern and people being governed. We heard something like there will be no development, there will be no economic development when there is no contract between governed and people governed.
Excellent. Excellent. Thank you. Contract between the governors and those governed. If there's no proper contract between the governors and the people being governed, then aid in this case shall prove futile. And we said something about the relationship between the governors and those governed. And those governed, we mean the civil society, the common people, the populace, versus the minority government or the ruling government in any given country. And we said something which was quite interesting, having a read through that document, okay? Having a read through the document. There's something which really moved me and all of us who were there yesterday, that the leaders that took over countries, some of the countries that got involved in the First and Second World War, when the Second World War ended, who can tell me, who can remember what happened when the Second World War ended? How did the leaders behave in such countries after the Second World War? How did they behave towards their people they governed? Who can remember that? We said that.
Hello, sir?
Yes, sir.
Just a try.
Yes, sir.
You said after World War II, the development, the development economic saw growth and the poverty reduction.
Very good. It saw growth in development and poverty reduction. Why was it like that? Can you finish up? Why was it like that? Why was it like that?
I'm unable to remember, sir.
Okay, I want to remind you, no problem, but you said something great. Because after the Second World War, those leaders who took over power in these countries, they made sure that whatever they did, it impacted the social welfare of its people. They thought of not their pockets, they thought of not just their families, but they thought of giving back to the people. They never even thought of becoming wealthy. Now, like we have seen today in the African, especially nations, okay? We are going to refer to this. Of course, there are other nations that are corrupt and stuff, but corruption in Africa is just too rampant. Most people come into presidency for one reason, and that reason is, when I become president, we will never suffer anymore, me and my family. That's the notion, and we have seen what other leaders do, okay? I would compare, I have to mention Sani Abacha because it's on record. Some of you were not born then when this man died. I was a young man as well. He looted Nigeria like nobody's business. He looted, not stealing, looting. You know what it means by looting? Hyper billions of dollars. Up to today, the money is being investigated. He died a long time ago. Nigeria suffered, but the money was there, meaning he had no heart for his people. But these leaders we learned about yesterday, after the Second World War, just like Germany as well, the first leaders said, we have to make sure that anybody who lives in Germany shall never sleep on an empty stomach. Whether that person has got a job, has got no job, has got to eat. Food shouldn't be a factor. You can imagine that was a policy which was done a long time ago. And today, even some of us who came, like myself, 15 years ago to Germany, I feel the impact. Today, I can stop work. I'm tired. I'll just go to the government office. They'll keep me. They'll pay me pocket money, pay bills, everything. And that's the thing. You and I, as Africans, we've got to work at and see it happening in our beautiful country of Zambia and continent of Africa. Giving back to the people. Sehr, sehr wichtig in German. We say very, very important. That's what we read yesterday. Accountability. When there is a beautiful contract between the governors, okay, between the governors of a country, remember we're discussing aid, that receive aid wherever it's coming from, okay, wherever it's coming from. The governors, they receive the aid. Remember, life is like a triangle, isn't it? The topmost, the elite are here, all right? The elite are here, the grassroots are here. And this aid normally is meant to benefit the grassroots. But in most cases, it ends up on the apex. It is mischanneled. In Africa, especially, even the NGOs, so-called, founded to help the grassroots, the needy, the vulnerable, they collect money from the Western world, they end up building their houses, buying very expensive cars, and probably just support the intended target once in a month. I remember in Lusaka those years. They'll just come to Carroll Road to show that they are helping them. They gather all the street kids, buy them Nando's, chicken and chips. They eat on a Saturday, 2 hours, they drove off. Shame. The provision and politics of aid. How can this scenario be changed, especially in Africa, to see that the aid which is being pumped from the Western world, taxpayers' money, goes to the intended use? By governors, it's not only the leadership of governments. Even you, who's got an NGO, you are governing the people you intend to support. For instance, our organization, Twikatane, isn't it? We've got some projects like this one, free education for the needy, vulnerable. We are governors. We have never received, ever since we initiated this project, any aid or support from anywhere. Now, should there be a call, Mr. Lukomona, you are the chairperson of Twikatane, Mr. Thomas Shobe, you are the CEO or director of Twikatane, Mr. Isaac Mlonga, you are deputy CEO of Twikatane in Zambia there, Madam Emma, Madam Charity, mention them. Madam Mary Warrior, you are the chairperson. We are sending you 50 million US dollars. We are governors looking after you. Is that 50M US dollars going to reach the intended purpose? That is you. Is Twikatane going to buy the computers in computer rooms for you to benefit? Is Twikatane going to install free data, internet for you to benefit. Is Twikatane going to pay the teachers like Mr. Lukomona, who's teaching for free, and others teaching for free in Zambia? Are they going to be rewarded? Contract. The contract we have given you as our students in this case is just pay registration fee, not tuition fee. And we deliver. Contract number one. Contract number two, when we receive funding, we are going to send you computers and this and that. When we fail to fulfill that contract, though we are in power, we are governors, we should respect you. We would never say, no, Mr. Webby can't take me anywhere. Or Mr. Emmanuel Mubanga can't take us anywhere. Mr. Brian, Tazi. So we are going to just buy, hey, Mr. Lukomona, you are in Germany there. Let's buy for each and every person, manager in Zambia, 2 Mercedes-Benz. We have to respect the contract we have between you and us as Twikatane. This is what they are talking about. The meaning of aid, reaching the intended targets. Blessed is the hand that giveth than the one that receiveth. Western world is always giving aid to Africa, and they get blessed. As we are just receiving, eating it, spoiling it, we keep complaining. To some extent, we even fail to manage our own resources. Very important, the provision and politics of aid. One other thing we looked at yesterday was that aid is good, but we can remember it can be spoiling. It can be spoiling. I'll use this word. It can be spoiling. It can spoil the receiver. How? Who can remember what we read and discuss? How can aid spoil the receiver or the receiving country? Let's take it this way, the receiving country. Let's take Zambia, since we are off from Zambia, as an example. Yes, somebody's talking there, but the microphone is muted. Open your microphone. How can aid spoil the flow of a nation, for instance? Do you remember that? I think, Mr. Steve, you are speaking, but you are muted. Open your microphone. How can aid spoil a country? Okay, I'm gonna remind you, this is what we discussed. When there is consistent aid, non-stop aid, okay? Aid corrupts your mindset. You are the good mindset of let's work hard from poverty to becoming a great nation. You are working day and night on round tables, even going home from offices at 02 in the morning, 04. You sleep 2 hours, 3 hours, you wake up, you're driving back to work, you want to improve your nation, using your resources, even discovering your resources. Then comes foreign aid, okay, invades. With good intentions or purpose. Hey, ladies and gentlemen, US is promised to give us 500 million US dollars. Do you think you're going to continue sleeping 02, pondering how to improve your nation? We are flesh. Hey, my husband, you've come so early today. Wow, nobody will come at midnight or 01. But this is only 19 hours you are home. Ah, sweetheart, don't worry. Oh, God is good. Our bank account is going to bang with 500 million US dollars. So in the heart, you are simply saying, why should we spend much time pondering how we're going to come out of this poverty doldrums and stuff. In no time, the 500 million is come. In no time, Ireland is calling 100 million. In no time, Germany is calling 70 million. Whew. It's now 17 hours. Hey, guys, we've got to knock off. Let's go to the club, company club, chilling, because we've got money. You've forgotten that that is only aid money, which you cannot build your generations to come on. That's what that article talked about yesterday. Aid can spoil a nation and the governors by becoming complacent. Now we are receiving aid. IMF, for instance, IMF has come to Zambia, but I trust our great president, HH7. He's an economist. I'm pretty sure we will never go through what we went a long time ago under IMF during KK, Kenneth Kaunda. I'm sure he's tightened up everything so that the money we are receiving from IMF doesn't tie us up. So this is how aid, persistent aid, can spoil a nation. I've got an example of Rwanda, for instance. When Rwanda came from genocide, 800,000 plus people died there. Poor country, one of the poorest on this earth. But today it's one of the biggest growing GDP, domestic GDP, gross domestic product growth in the world, Rwanda. What does Rwanda do? Give us aid in the first year, second year, third, fourth or fifth year, we are going to stand on our own. This is how you avoid being spoiled by gifts, by aid. A powerful statement that writer made. Very powerful statement the writer made. Meaning, much as you could be an underdeveloped nation, aid, you need it, but let it have a limitation. And when you receive that aid, let it go to things that are going to help you build the tools and start cultivating your own wealth, channeling your own wealth for generations to come. Every nation received aid. Germany received aid after the wars. Those that were in World War, they received help, but they said not persistently. Let's get it from the point of view. Anybody who would say something about aid to Zambia? In this case, let's talk about Zambia. What would you say about aid to Zambia? You've been reading newspapers, listening to radios out there, watching on TV. Okay, UNESCO has given to Zambia so much, World Health Organization so much. Tell me the impact on Zambia. Anybody to open the microphone and comment on that one? The impact of aid on Zambia. Yes, impact of aid on Zambia. Impact of aid on Zambia. Yes, we're going to be finishing shortly. Impact of aid on Zambia. Tazi, can you say something? Do you feel the impact of aid on Zambia? Or have you felt in the past years the impact of aid on Zambia? Tazi? Steve? And Tim? Okay, I live in Germany, but I've been following the kind of aid that has been, not every aid come to Zambia previously. Some couple of years ago, it never had that bigger impact. Okay, never had that bigger impact onto the recipients. So that is what Lukomona, an economist, a Zambian powerful lady, worked in World Bank and so on and so forth. She wrote a book, Dead Aid. Okay, research this one. Dead Aid. The aid which goes to Zam and to Africa, but having less impact on the majority. That's called Dead Aid. Research on that book. I think there are some pages. It's a free copy online. You're gonna find it. Very beautiful book. Very beautiful book. Yes, sir, Mr. Steve.
With the information that I had last week concerning the social cash transfer in Zambia, it has. Hello, sir.
Hello, continue.
Yes. The social cash transfer scheme in Zambia has extended, reaching over 8 million households in all the 116 districts at end of 2020. That's what happened in 2020. Therefore, it means that the impact that this aid helped Zambians is where many of people developed through this, and many of them had the chance to earn the living through this aid.
Wonderful.
Because when we talk of 800 million households, meaning it's a big number of people that benefited out of this aid.
Wow. You said, sorry, it was cutting. How much was it, the social cash transfer?
It's over 800 million.
Kwacha.
Yes.
Wow. Wow. Where did it come from?
It comes from social cash transfer.
From the government or from foreign organization?
Yes. Through with Irish aid. Yes, it's Irish aid that helped Zambia help the social. I mean, to help the people, or let me say the citizens, through social cash scheme. Yes.
Excellent. Don't go away. So this social cash transfer, 800 million kwacha from Irish aid, came in 2020, you are saying. In 2020?
Yes, sir.
Perfect. It is still benefiting the people today.
Yes, it's helping people, and this time as we are talking, they are more beneficiaries now, more than.
Oh, excellent. I'm so happy to hear about that. Very good. So that's not dead aid anymore. It is aid which is functional, isn't it?
Yes, sir. Yes.
Excellent. And this is what we are looking for. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. That's great. So in conclusion, on this topic, politics and aid, what do you think? Should aid continue flowing, especially to Africa, or should it come to an end? Why? What's your reason?
Sir, you may come again.
Yes, sir.
I didn't understand, sir.
In conclusion, should aid continue flowing to Africa from the Western world, or it should come to a stop? Whichever answer you give a reason why. What do you think, sir?
It should continue.
Okay. Why?
Yeah. The reason being, we like in Africa, there are so many countries that are still developing, and when we look at West, you talked about West world and Africa, right, sir?
Yes.
Yes. So when we look at the West world, there are so many countries that are already developed. And with us countries that are developing, we still need aids because of there are a lot of things that we are lacking of. And therefore, when having aid as Africans, will be able to develop our nations as well.
Excellent. So simply saying aid should continue because in Africa, there are so many people, countries that are still yet to develop. So we need that aid. But then I should add, all we need is to have proper control and accountability of that aid, isn't it? Wonderful. I share your sentiments. Yes, let it continue flowing, but as long as there's accountability and it is changing the face of Zambia, Africa, any other nation, so that in the near future or in the future to come, we're gonna be self-sustainable and not to depend so much on aid, like Botswana. Botswana is a country which has existed without that much aid from the Western world. Okay, pretty good. Thank you so much. We're gonna end here today, and God bless you. Evans Lukomona signing off. UFC, University Foundation, General English Language, beamed from Germany. Thank you so much for the contributions, Mr. Steve Unambi and friends out there. Good evening and good night. Bye-bye. Thank you.